Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Hope so all of you are doing well by the grace of the Almighty. In my previous lecture, whatever I have taught you, I think so that you have understand it well. So in this lecture, in my previous lecture, given I have given you a complete understanding of the four core fundamentals of Java or any object-oriented programming language: abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. And in this lecture, I am going to teach you the fundamental of any programming language which is object oriented, the classes and Java, the most important thing. Okay, let's start the lecture. Okay, wait, sorry. Okay, yeah, let's start the slideshow. What is this? Choice is yours. Subscribe or lose us. Want to be the best or remain the average who fears of losing his job because of artificial intelligence? uh, you know that everybody knows that many influencers are trying to convince you that your job, the job of the software developer, will be replaced by the artificial intelligence. Uh, that is 30% true and 70% false or myth, you can say. How 30% true? Because you know that artificial intelligence is so much powerful in repetitive task, the traditional task, but it cannot do critical work. And the most important thing the human being has is his creativity and critical thinking capabilities, which AI cannot achieve in the nearest future. So what you can do, you can enhance your skills in creativity and critical thinking. And without understanding the concepts deeply, you cannot think critically. You cannot understand anything, how it is going, how it is happening in the code, whatever. So you need to understand everything briefly. You you had you have to understand everything deeply. That time has gone that you just be an average learner, or and you got a job and you were the master, you were the king. That day has gone. Right now you have to be the best in your field, otherwise your job is going to be done. So decision is your choice is in your hand. There is one click, subscribe, connected with us, or you will lose us. There are thousands of contents, millions of videos, everything. You will not see us again, but if you click that one button, you will be connected with us. It will not cost you anything, but it can change your life. Okay, there is two option: be the winner or be an average who struggles for everything. It struggles to earn money, it struggles for job, everything. Just forget that and be the winner, be the happier person. Just be connect with us. That's the only thing that I can tell you. Okay, let's start the lectures. Lecture 4: Classes and Objects in Java. As I have told you in this lecture, I'm gonna tell you and give you a brief understanding what is classes and objects in Java. Okay, what is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm based on the concept of objects which contain data and behavior, data attributes, behavior methods. Everything in Java you will see is classes and objects. Java is fully object-oriented paradigm. Classes are blueprints, and objects have physical quantity whose behavior is defined inside that class. Key features of object-oriented programming: encapsulation, protecting internal data from external forces; inheritance, reusing existing classes; polymorphism, semi-interface, different implementations; abstractions, hiding complexity and showing essential details only to the end user. You can you can see the lectures, you can see the previous lectures if you don't understand these topics. Let's move ahead. Classes in Java. Class fundamentals. We have been using classes from the very beginning of our course. The classes we have been using so far is just to encapsulate the main method, nothing more than that, which have been used to demonstrate the basic of Java syntax. You will be very much amazed to hear that class defines a new data type. Now, what is this data type? What is the data type? A data type in Java defines the type of values a variable can store, such as integer, floating point numbers, characters, or objects, boolean values, etc. Java provides primitive data type, integer, boolean, double, character, float, and many other things, and reference type, classes and objects, or non-primitive data type. Java allows you creating custom data types using classes. You can create your own custom data type by using classes. In data structure and algorithm, we will see this, where a class acts a blueprint to define the new data structure with specific properties and behaviors. What is your data type gonna hold, how it is gonna work, everything is going to be defined inside that class. Inside that class, you will define everything. The general form of a class. So when you are creating a class, you are declaring its exact form and nature. Remember that you are declaring its exact form and nature. You can assume this as a container. As I have told you in my previous lecture, the classes are just like the container where the data are stored and the methods to manipulate those data. We sold all the data and the methods to manipulate the process of the data. Manipulate or process the data. The classes that we have been seen so far are simple, but most of the time real world classes are complex, containing vast amount of data and methods. Don't fear, they are amazing. You can solve any kind of real life problems by using this objects classes. You will see everything in the coming future. Members of a class. The data of variables defined within class are called instance variable. See that the data or variables, whatever we are creating inside the class, they are called instance variables. Why they are called instance variables? The code is contained within the methods defined inside the class. Methods work like functions that you have been using in other programming language. Method what it does, method manipulate the data or process the data like the functions in C programming languages. You have seen in C programming language that there are functions to manipulate the data, to process the data. In Java, inside that class, that functions is called methods. Collectively, the methods and the variables defined within class are called members of that particular class. Remember that methods and the variables, the instance variable within that class defined in a particular class is called the member of that particular class. The variables that you define inside a class are accessed by the methods inside your class. As I have told it many times, that your method that is defined inside your class is going to the main part of the class, that is going to manipulate the data, that is going to process the data for your purposes. So it is methods that determine what to do with the variables. Instance variables, variables defined within a class are called the instance variable because each instance of that class, more likely the objects, contains its own copy of these variables. Like you have created a class, and when you create an object, you have obviously you have created variables inside that class, and now that object, you have, suppose that you have created two objects of the same class. Now each object will have the same copy of the variables but different types. What is this means? As a result, the data for one of the object is separate and unique from the data from another object, though they both are from same class. Both are from same class. Like you have created an integer variable called b, that you have created two object of that class. Okay, two object of that class right now, and the two object will hold that b variable, but they're different. They're different in those two objects. You anything in one object will not affect the value of that variable in another object. It is so much amazing. Methods. In Java, a method is a block of code that performs a specific task and is associated with a class or object. It defines the behavior of an object and allows code to be reused efficiently. Methods help in achieving modularity, making programs more readable and maintainable. Without using the methods, your code will so much, it will not look good. They also promote encapsulation by hiding implementation details and exposing only necessary functionality. You will see this in the access modifier, access specifier. Java supports built-in methods like len for strings, user-defined methods. User-defined methods are the methods that you will create, where programmers can define their own logic. As I have told you, the programmers or you can define your own logic. Methods play crucial role on object-oriented programming, supporting features like polymorphism, abstraction. They are all achieved by using methods, making Java programs more structured and efficient. Here is an example of creating a class. Examples example of a simple class. Okay, let me. Okay, class. Class, you want to create a class, you should first you should write the keyword class, then the name of the class name, then inside that class. Okay, inside that class, what you are going to do, you are going to declare the instance variables. Like here, type is the data type of that variable on type, as I have told you, and the methods. Return type is the data type that the function is going to return. The method name, parameters, method body. And here is a real life example. Public class is access specifier. Class, as I have told you, you just can forget this. Okay, right now, you just can forget this public. Here, class is the keyword you have to put before creating any class. The name of the class is demo. Here you here you have created an instant variable called variable bell, bl, which is holding value 10, and its data type is int, means integer. And you have created a method called display variable, which is going to display the variable that you have created outside of the method. And what does this void means? Void means that this function method is not going to return any kind of data. Okay, system.out.println, it is an predefined it is predefined in Java to show anything in the screen. Value of your variable is plus 1. Okay, here the variable named val inside demo class with data type integer is the instant variable, because when you will create any object of the demo, that object will the object is going to get this variable. That's why it is called instance variable. And display variable is a method that you can work with the instance variable. Well, here it is printing the value of the variable. The variable of a name is well. Remember that you have to use Pascal case for writing the name of classes, and follow the camel case writing the name of the methods. These two are most important when writing readable codes. When you are working in a good company or contributing in open source, you have to follow this naming convention for classes and methods in Java. Class naming conventions use Pascal case, also called upper camel case. The name should be descriptive and represent the entity in models. Class name should be nouns, since they represent objects or entities. Now, what is this Pascal case? Every word that is forming the name of your class, the first letter of each word should be capital. Okay, see the employee details. The first letter is capital. Here also bank account. First and first is capital. And what is about the methods? Use camel case, first word lowercase, subsequent words capitalized. The name should be verb or verb basis methods perform actions. The name should be verb because the methods are doing something, and you know that whatever is done is called verb. It should be descriptive. You just cannot put any name for your methods. Suppose that you are putting addition where you are performing subtraction operation, it is not convenient. So you have to use convenient and descriptive. A programmer should a another programmer should understand by only seeing your method name. Now what is this camel case? The is word that is forming the method name. See that first word should be in a small, and every other word, the first letter should be in capital. See everywhere the first word W is small, and letter words, it can be 3 words, 4 words. The first word, the first letter of the first word is small, and obviously the others letters of the first word also, but the others word, the first letter of the others word should be capital. It doesn't matter that your method name is containing 4 words or 7 words, you will have to use first letter of the method name is small, and every other first letter of other words in capital. You should follow this from the beginning, otherwise you will face many problems. Objects in Java. What is an object in Java? In Java, an object is an instance of a class that contains a state and behavior. Objects are the fundamental building blocks of object-oriented programming. When a class is defined, it acts as a blueprint, and objects are created based on that blueprint. Real-world analogy of an object. Consider a car as a class. Each individual car, like a Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic, is an object. Each car has state, color, model, engine capacity, fuel type, behaviors, methods, start, accelerate, brake, honk. Example objects. Here you can see class car. You are creating a class or a blueprint for your car. It will hold the color, it will hold the model name, it will have a function start, it will have a function or method accelerate that will do something, and inside that main class you have that main method, and here is the important thing. You have created an object here. You have created an object by using the blueprint. Now this my car object will have everything that you have defined inside this car class. It will be the physical quantity of this class. In the above example, look at the line car, my car. Why I have told you to look at it here? It can be, it can also be written like this: car, my car, the first line, and the second line can be my car, new car, like this. And we have combined these two lines into one line, but there is a catch. The first line, catch, car, my car, it only makes a reference variable to hold the object, doesn't contain the object yet, it doesn't have created the object. Suppose that i- it is not here, we have just car, my car, it doesn't have created any object, it is just a reference variable that can hold the object of car type. It is just referencing that. My car is a variable that will hold, that can hold the object of type class, but it is not holding, but it doesn't have any class right now. But when you have this new car, it is creating the object, it is giving the memory for the object my car. Before this, it doesn't hold any object. This is most important, remember it. This is most important thing. Before it, my car is just an reference variable. After we have put new car, it has been created, it has created an object, and that object is being held by my car instant my car variable. Okay, now what is this new keyword? It is like calloc and malloc in C. It allocates memory dynamically for the object. Thank you so much. I hope so that you have understand whatever I have said, and be a learner, be the boss, be the best whatever you are learning, and learn in a way that you can teach whatever you are learning to anyone in the world. That's my final sentence in this lecture. It is the end. Okay, thank you so much for being with us, and hope so that you will be the best. You will choose the best option.